Hello everyone, this is Blake again, and in this segment we're talking about social media and video sources. Let me go ahead and jump to the slide really quickly. Just so you know, guys, when I was in college, social media and YouTube wasn't really a big thing to consider when we were doing research as a student. But nowadays, social media and video sources, they're used by professional organizations, educational institutions, and significant figures that are being researched. Social media sources are potential resource that has really good information. For example, I have an image of Beto O'Rourke posting a tweet. If you're doing something related on politics or maybe the historical background of Beto O'Rourke in your government class, perfect source to use as long as you know it really comes from Beto O'Rourke. In addition to that, there's professional organizations that have Twitters or Instagrams and things like that. And the same goes for YouTube, media outlets such as YouTube. There's professors that post videos. There's organizations that post videos, so on and so forth. So the same applies for, things such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's just about understanding if you have a good social media source or not. And actually, guys, there are going to be instructors who ask you specifically for social media sources. And when you do consider your social media sources, it's not quite like the CRAP test or using your domain names, or you could do that with websites and other physical resources. With social media sources, you could do that to a degree, but you want to consider who the person is. Is the account authentic? And what would the value be for that social media source or that tweet or that Instagram post? And you'll also want to look at who are the followers. So who is the person? Is it authentic? Who's following that account? And what would be the significance of that tweet or social media source? What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you a couple of examples. I know in the other video you saw me use the American Heart Association, and you actually saw the American Heart Association posted their social media sources at the bottom. So one safe way you could get a social media source is by going to the actual account, the actual organization page. And we already verified this source was a good source and it was from the actual organization. It's .org. It looks clean and professional. We saw who ran the website when we went to the About Me section. Remember, we always go to the About Me section when we verify a source. But let's go check out their Twitter. So as you could see, I could have went to Twitter and looked up the American Heart Association, but I went directly to their Twitter account. The official American Heart Association page. We want to help you live healthier. Check out our tips on eating healthy and becoming physically active. So it looks clean and professional. There's a bunch of professional looking pictures that you could follow. You could look at their post behavior. Do these look like things a professional organization would post? It does. It looks like there's activities. It looks like they have a little Live Fierce hashtag going on. It looks like they're talking about the Grants Day Award. All kinds of posts, actually, that are very informative. We could look at the followers, 295,000 followers. If you have an account, you could click into that account and see who's following them. You could see other fitness enthusiasts, medical doctors, people who run the American Heart Association that are following them. That's another way to verify the account. It has a direct link to their website. And furthermore, it's a verified account. This account is verified because it's notable in government, news, entertainment, or other designated account category. You want verified accounts typically. If it's verified, it's going to be better, it's going to be stronger and more reliable. This wouldn't always be the case for local organizations or people with a small following. Sometimes that happens and it might not be verified, but you'll still want to use the other steps to ensure it's a good, relevant account that you need for your research. Maybe you're doing an autobiography type of paper or a research paper on a significant figure. I'll do Beto O'Rourke just as an example, guys. And as you can see, it's a verified account. Instagram follows the same principles. They verify their accounts. He has 1.8 million followers. It takes you directly to his website. Let's check out the website. Let's see if it looks clean and professional. It has events, volunteering, you name it. So, it looks like a professional website. It's still loading. Still loading. I'd like to look more into the website. It tells you who sponsors the website. It tells you how to contact. You could donate to food banks. Contact information that you could leave so they get in touch with you. It has his signature right there. And being on a Twitter account with such a strong following, and most importantly that it's a verified account. Twitter will not verify accounts of people, or Instagram or other social media accounts that are not the actual person. You could be confident in knowing it's Beto O'Rourke. You'll still want to look at the posts, see the behavior of the post, see if they're professional, see if they're clean, and go from there. And remember, guys, you could also look at the people who follow him, see if there are other significant political figures, and go from there and use that source. With social media, though, tweets are not always grammatically correct. Maybe you're doing something on a professional athlete or any other individual, most likely biographical, that doesn't have the best grammar, and it doesn't even have to be the best grammar, but social media has a lot of slang, so you need to watch out for that. And as you can see, let's say we're doing something on Aaron Jones, the El Paso legend. It's a verified account, a strong following, takes you directly to his physical training website that he has. Nice, clean, professional website. You could get instant access to his fitness program. You could see a lot of football related posts. Of course, he's a professional football player. But yes, you'll notice that, UTEP alum, a lot of emojis, as you call it. So even though it's a verified account, strong following, the pictures indicate it is Aaron Jones and the verification indicates it's Aaron Jones, you won't have the cleanest grammar in all cases when you do use social media. But when you do use social, you just get the tweet or the post you'd like to use, and don't use a retweet. You want to use something that they posted, because people retweet all the time. And you want to go from there. So this is an actual pin, and he actually commented about it. And that would be an original post on something he saw on the internet. But if you'd like to grab something, you could just click it and go from there. We'll talk about citing in a second, and we'll get into citations. I just kind of want to show you how to grab social media posts. Let's look at another organization. NRA. I think NRA is the National Rifle Association. I don't want to embarrass myself. Yes, it is. Okay, just making sure, guys. Let's see if you're doing something on gun control and you want to go to the NRA. You could pull up the tweet, pull up their Twitter account, Instagram account, Facebook account, make sure it's verified. Look at that. Link for their official website, strong following. You got your pictures here, the political figures that might back the NRA, might not back the NRA. And look, you have their posts. And just look at their posting behavior. Make sure it's verified. And if there's something you need to use in a research paper, you could grab their tweet. And of course, you have to understand the citing rules for it, which we'll explain in the citing section, but go from there. And when you mess with YouTube, guys, video media, the same applies, guys. Let's see. For example, National Geographic is going to have a YouTube channel. They have tons of videos. Just make sure it's the actual National Geographic. I'm on their channel right now. You go to the About Me section, you read about it. You see how many subscribers they have, 16.4 million subscribers. Maybe you don't know a specific channel, but maybe you're doing something on the Civil War. You can see what kind of channels you get from videos. And if there are things you don't recognize, you might not want to touch it. But look, the Virginia Museum of History and Culture, that one strikes my eyes because it's an actual museum of history and culture in Virginia. So maybe you could go to this video. There's a pretty strong following, 1.67 thousand subscribers. Not necessarily verified, so maybe I might not use that. But look at that, I found a verified account. It looks like it's from the History Channel. It looks like I got a video about the Civil War from the History Channel. And if you want to make sure it's the actual History Channel, you could click it. Look at the followers. 7.3 million followers, verified. Go to the About Me section, see what it's about. And ensure it's from the actual History Channel. Just because I abandoned the other video from the Virginia Museum of History, it doesn't mean that was a bad source. I just wanted to choose a verified source in this instance. But there's times you have professors, educators, and all kinds of qualified people, credible people that post videos that might not be verified. But you just want to make sure that that person is actually has the credentials to talk about what they're talking about or do what they're doing on YouTube. Okay, guys? Hopefully this helps you guys. And if you have any additional questions on social media postings or YouTube videos or establishing the credibility with social media sources, please contact me. Okay, guys? Thank you very much.